Hello! I made another trip to some stores this morning. Look at that Aging Wheels guy with his flippant disregard for this whole lockdown quarantine business. Yeah, I hear you. I'm only going to essential stores, and when I go out, I am wearing protection. So don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Besides, I'm the only one in the house that is actually going out and infecting everyone. I got these shop lights here, but we'll get to those in a second. First of all, two things. I have been getting an astonishing increase in emails lately, and it's wonderful. Part of the reason I did this whole daily video series was to get an increased connection with my fans, and you all have been sending me emails. And feel free to keep sending me emails, despite YouTube saying, this is for business inquiries only. Well, ignore that. Send me emails if you want to. It's agingwheels@gmail.com if you didn't know. Now, I am reading all of your emails, but there's been an increased amount of emails, so I'm not responding to all of them. I'm sorry. If I don't respond to your email, just know that I have read it, and I'm not replying because I just don't have time to. Or you're not saying something that needs a reply. Anyway, if I don't reply, it doesn't mean that I hate you. Also, secondly, I'd like to give a shout out to another YouTube channel. Not an automotive channel at all. It's Steve Ramsey of Woodworking for Mere Mortals, not mere working for wood mortals. Anyway, that's a woodworking channel, and the reason I would like to talk about him is because he's the reason I started doing the daily video series at all. Because a month ago, he started a lockdown woodworking series. He was locked down at home. He decided that he was going to do daily videos. I don't think he's actually referred to them as daily videos, even though they very definitely are daily videos. I think we're on day 31. He's been going through several little woodworking projects. And before this, he did weekly videos, if that were highly planned, scripted, and they were well put together, quality bits of content. And then he transitioned to this whole daily video thing with the lockdown woodworking, and it was great. I'm loving it so far. We're a month in, and I'm still loving it. It's just a more natural look into his personality, a more natural look into what happens on a daily basis with his projects, and it's just great. It's a great thing to follow along with, and that's ultimately what made me decide to do daily videos of my own, because before this year, I've only put out like one video a month, and I decided I'm going to let perfectionism go. I'm not going to try to make the best quality content ever. I'm just going to come out here and film every day and post whatever happens, and it's been great letting go. I'm doing all of my talking bits in one take, for the most part, unless I mess something up hugely. And it's nice to not plan out a script for my videos. It's nice to not plan everything down to a T. It's nice to just not worry about any of that stuff. Just come out here and film. And I've been wanting to do daily videos for a while, but Steve Ramsey's delve into that series really gave me the kick I needed to come out here and start doing it myself. So if you don't know who Steve Ramsey is, go check out his channel. Start watching his daily video lockdown woodworking series. It's great. It's a great natural look into his day, and they're just entertaining videos. And the projects he's been doing are interesting too. So there's that. All right, now we're out in the bus dungeon, and one of the things I got at Menards today were these lights. These are shop lights, and I got them for the inside of the bus because I can't see what I'm doing in here as it is, and it's only going to get worse as I enclose the inside space of this bus even more. So I got 4 of these shop lights to put in the bus. And these are the right color temperature. These are 5,000 Kelvin. The right color temperature for video, anyway. And 5,000 Kelvin lights are actually surprisingly hard to find in the big box stores. That's why I've done most of my ordering through Amazon. I don't know why that is. 4,000 Kelvin seems to be a much more common color temperature for shop lights when you're shopping in the big box stores. But anyway, I got these at the right color temperature, and I'm going to hang them up now. And when I'm done with them in the bus, I can use them for other lighting services that I need, usually for video. So that's pretty cool. These are only 15 bucks a piece, which is awesome. They're 3,200 lumens a piece. These came with a little chain that I can hook presumably somewhere. Oh, right there. All right, that is all 4 lights up. Now I need to work on feeding power to them. Getting them the electrical electricity. Stay up there. There we go. There's one cable. Does it work? Oh, probably because I didn't plug the other end in. That's important. How about now? No, because I have it in the off position. Or it doesn't work. I don't know. One or the other. Yank its chain. Yay. Wow, it's gross in here. All right, let's get a cord for the other three. I do have a cable with a splitter on it. Woo! There we go. Man, just one light in here made a huge difference. Imagine what 3 more will do. It might blind me. Might have been too hard, too far, too much. All right. 3, 2, 1. Look at all the light! Yes! My back's facing the camera. Hi! Look at all the light! Oh, God. Hey, it's gross in here. Turn the lights back off. No, I should probably clean. Now that we have light on the subject, you can see the big mess that I've been stepping over and sometimes on for the past several months while I'm working in here. Half of this big mess is the wiring loom. The wiring loom that went to the back of the bus. It was hanging up on the sidewall there. I took it all down, and now it's in the floor. I can bundle this up, maybe label any wires that I have to clip. There shouldn't be too many that are still connected to the back of the bus. Anyway, label any wires I have to cut, bundle up, and throw it in the front of the bus, get it out of my way. But this other mess here are 2 very, very long coolant hoses that go to that heat exchanger you see there. That was the heater core that was in the back of the bus. I've unbolted it, clearly, and moved it to the front of the bus and just bundled up the coolant hoses willy-nilly, and I don't really want to mess with that right now. I've made it a point to not mess with any of the drivey bits of the bus whatsoever until I at least get the interior and the back of the bus partly finished. So I can, at any point, start at the bus with the key and just move it around if I see fit. But if I cut these coolant lines, then I'll have to at least a little bit mess with the cooling system or put in a loop or something to bypass this big, massive heater core. Anyway, it's work I don't want to do right now, but I would like it out of the way, so I may just bundle up that heat exchanger, bundle up the coolant hoses, and throw them out the window and just leave them hanging there for right now to get them out of my way. Yeah, I might do that. Oy, getting up. Oh my God, why am I so old? Best get to cleaning. Move these windows out, because why are they here? It's not like I've been messing with windows for the past week. Every time I get on the bus, the lights wave about. It's mildly annoying. This, like me, is a tool. This loom will need going through at some point to remove all the extraneous wires for things like speakers and the warning lights and stuff that isn't there anymore. And it'll obviously need shortening. For now, I just need to get it out of the way. That's not a good place for it, but it gets it out of my way until I go to work on the roof. So that will be there. As for this heat exchanger here, I think it would behoove me to keep it. I am going to have a mini split for heat in the bus, but this just runs off the excess heat up from the engine, so I might as well keep it. I'm sure it's still perfectly fine as a heater. I can use it while we're driving down the road, etc. Might have to shorten the cables, the coolant lines a bit to run it just to the back of my much shorter cabin, but yeah, I'll keep it. But for now, I need to get it out of my way. You know what? I don't think I'm going to chuck it off the side of the bus. I'll just put it in the back part of the bus and run the cables back there. That's what I'm going to do. Needs cleaning, that's for sure. There's all kinds of child gunk on it from the days that this was a school bus. I'm tripping on something. There we go. Darn, I should have used my digital broom. Oh well, it's too late now. Let's get the welder card up in here and do some welding. I should have called for backup to do this. Just need to get one caster up there. There we go. Note to self, call for help next time. Had a bit of a cleanup of the lens of my welding helmet here. It is still mighty dirty, but it's a lot better than before. And now I have light to better see what I'm doing. No good doing in the dark. You can't tell where you're putting your thingy. Once you get going, it's fine, but you got to know where to put your thingy first. All right, let's finish the welds. I forgot to put the new welding wire on. Let's just back up a bit here. There we go. Now the new wire's in place. I can start sticking my thing in and doing the back and forth. Next up, putting in vertical supports to fully frame in the windows that I'm going to put in. That means deciding where the windows are going to go in their little window holes. This is the kitchen side window. This one was easy. I'm going to put this window as far back in the hole as possible, which means a vertical support right about here. The reason for that is because the driver's seat ends right about here. So I need to put this window as far back as I can so that the window isn't right next to the driver's seat. The positioning for these two back windows is also easy because they're going to be centered. So that means a vertical support here, 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 and here. I'll have to measure it properly to make sure I get them in the right space, but that's where they're going to go. These two windows I was unsure about, but this is the positioning I have decided on. I have this window all the way back in its window hole, which means a vertical support here. And I have it that way so that I have plenty of room to work around what will inevitably be a complicated corner, because there's going to be a door frame here, and that's where the sheet metal panel ends, and I have plenty of room to work here. And this window I have all the way forward in its window hole, which means a vertical support right about here, because I wanted to give as much room as possible for the back area, for the bed and what may be a closet or whatever here. And the only concern I had about butting these windows together like this is that, would it look weird? So I clamped them in place, stood outside, pondered over it a bit, and decided, no, it doesn't look weird. And it really doesn't look weird at all from the inside, so this is the positioning I'm going to go with. I hope I don't regret it later, because this is irreversible. Which I've been saying in my head all along, this whole time. I hope I don't regret this later, this is pretty much irreversible. It's a constant worry, really. These tiny little slivers of angle iron here between the two vertical supports, I have a whole stack of these from when I lopped off the back half of the bus, and this is what I'm going to be using for the vertical supports to fully frame up the windows. I just need to clean them up and cut them to size. All right, now I need 4 of these cut at 24 1/4 for the back windows, and then 3 more cut at 23 3/4. I'll have to double check. Ooh, glowy spaceship bus. At least that's what it looked like on the camera. Now, all that took a lot longer than I expected to, so I'll finish it up tomorrow. See you then.